here's his MVP seasons. So this is what slinging the ball as well as ever looks like. 45-6, 38-5, 48 touchdowns, 5 interceptions in 2020, and in 2021, 37 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. These are insane numbers. And his most recent MVP year was 38. So, Nick, what's your reaction to the idea that he's slinging it better, or as well, not better, as well as ever?
And I would consider his most. He was 37 until December of that.
Yeah, so we
year.
did. We did end of the year.
So then I guess this would be his age 41 year. I look at it more, but regardless, just lower expectations. Like Aaron hasn't been. Remove the Achilles. Let's pretend he never popped his Achilles tendon. Is there any quarterback entering this season at 40 years old who hasn't been excellent the last 2 years that you would expect to be excellent? And then add the Achilles.
Well, it's really the last 1 year.
No, but
we don't know what would have happened
with
the Achilles.
Right, but I guess my point is the last time we saw him be excellent was the 2021 season. Since then, he has played one full season poorly, and then one season he suffered a debilitating injury. And there is also the Tom Brady of it all, which is, I feel like, a similar thing that aging superstars in the NBA are going to deal with because of LeBron. We need to remove Brady and LeBron from any, here's what people can do at such and such an age comp, okay? Guys at age 40, which is what Aaron is already, to be excellent for a full season. Brett Favre once. That's it.
Warren Moon.
Warren Moon was not excellent. He
By
was
Back
healthy.
then,
okay, so
standards,
Warren Moon,
made
I think,
the
had
Pro
16
Bowl.
touchdowns, 4 picks, and Warren Moon also was
25. He had a year with the 25 touchdowns, 16 picks.
16 picks.
At that point,
sure,
you know,
fair
the
enough.
stats were different back then.
But also Warren Moon, and because I'm glad you mentioned him, because I had him jotted down. Yeah. Warren Moon, well known to this day for being a physical specimen, like one of the most. And then do people be like, what about Drew Brees? Both of Brees' 40 and 41-year-old seasons, his numbers were good, and he missed half a dozen games. And so, like, I just pump the brakes on better than ever. Just be
as good
average.
as ever.
Or as good as ever, pardon me.
Obviously, that's ridiculous, slinging the ball as well as ever. But, and I think Nick is coming around, because that was a very tepid kind of review. Usually you're ripping him. You're going to rip him because you don't like the Jets.
For his nonsense.
Right. But, I mean, you were like, you admitted the other day you're starting to open up to the Jets. They had a good draft.
I give them credit.
That's it.
Here's what I'm saying. Obviously, he's not slinging the ball as well as ever. But there's reason to believe that he's going to have a good year. He's got the weapons. Y'all know. Do I have to go over?
No, we know. We know.
He's got good weapons. He's got a very good defense, so much so that if they don't at least fight for the playoffs, if they don't get 10 wins, I'll even say that.
10.
If they don't get 10 wins and stay healthy, it's on Aaron Rodgers. There's no, if they're healthy, there's no reason for them not to win 10 games other than Aaron's washed. I mean, really, they won 7 and beat the Texans and beat the Eagles and beat the Bills with the worst quarterback play in the league. All he's got to do is be pretty good. I also think this, Nick, he was not motivated his last year. Now, that's a slight against him, but his last year in Green Bay, he clearly wasn't motivated. He clearly wasn't all in. There were no off-season workouts. He wasn't really trying to develop rapport with the young receivers. He's all in now. And that's what convinced me before he got hurt. I was like, you know what? They might be pretty good because he's clearly all in. He's working out in the offseason. So I think, Wiles, I know you're against it, but
I'm not.
I'm just saying, not slinging it as well as ever, but I would not be surprised if he comes back with a good season.
You think he's going to throw for 300 yards first week one?
I bet you he'll throw for 300 yards this season.
Okay. I'll bet you that sweater that you buy.
In a game?
No, at some
you don't think in any game, not the first game.
All season. I was saying week one.
I was going to say
no, but your shtick is not week 17. He didn't throw for 300 yards. He hasn't done it in 23 games.
Can I just
One game he's going to throw for 300 at least.
Okay.
Real quick.
No,
I think that's a smart bet on your end, Brew. If we are going to be fair, and because Brew, you're saying that I'm, anti-Aaron or whatever it is. I am pro-fairness. And what I don't think we should do on a show that every word Micah Parsons says on any podcast he does, we go over with a fine-tooth comb. I feel like the Jets and Aaron have benefited from what I guess in the political sphere is called like flooding the zone with so much BS, you can't even pick stuff. It's like there's so much nonsense said that it's like, all right, we're not going to talk about this again. If we think the crazy stuff Micah Parsons says is going to have an impact on the Cowboys culture and part of the problem, then we must acknowledge when we're talking about what the Jets are going to be is the factor of what is Aaron going to be saying. And what is that going to be as far as pull on the time from Saleh or his teammates or whatever? I don't think that is unfair to have that be a part of the analysis here.
You read about the mud floods?
Check
Tartania.
I don't know, buddy.
Head down to Jacksonville, where the Prince is looking for a king's ransom. But Charles Robinson of Yahoo writing, hold on a second. There's no longer a presumption that Lawrence is a lock to sign a deal, making him the highest paid player in the NFL. Particularly after his injuries and struggles last season, it's worth noting that Lawrence has a league worst 60 turnovers over the past 3 seasons. Now, a lot of times, I'll be honest with you, I play a little dirty pool with Trevor Lawrence statistics because I add in his miserable rookie year. So I asked Josh to take out his rookie year, and this was his ranks, as Shedeur Sanders would say, very mid.
Okay, so I would like to, maybe not playing dirty pool with the statistics, but I would like to, I'm not saying you're playing dirty pool, for the audience to understand what the context of that quote from Charles Robinson in the article was. He was not saying, when he says no longer a lock, he wasn't talking about him getting a contract. He was talking about
being the highest paid.
Being the highest paid.
Yes.
And that there is now speculation that he could come in around the Jalen Hurts number rather than surpassing the Joe Burrow number, which, by the way, I think would be totally reasonable. I think any of those things are on the board. But if the Jags said, you know what, we'll pay you what Justin Herbert got, but we're not going to pay you the Joe Burrow number, I think that's totally fair. You know what I mean? I think if I'm Trevor's people and they try to pay, I think I would peg it to Justin Herbert, be like, make the argument why he should get more than me. It's going to be hard. And so I think that I don't think you've been unfair to Trevor, but I do think that this is the accurate trajectory. He had a miserable rookie season, as the team did, but he showed moments, flashes, but it was whatever it was. His second year, it clicked for him clearly about 2/5 of the way through the year. He was excellent the rest of the way, and they won a playoff game. I know you guys kill him for the playoff game, but he won a playoff game and was good in the second half after being bad in the first half. And then his third year, he went into a game on Monday Night Football to be the #1 seed in the AFC at 8-3. They were 8-3, and if they won that game, they were going to be the next day the #1 seed. And he got hurt. And so
then he kept playing.
I understand. And so if we're saying it would have been better for him to sit, so be it. He did sit a game. But if we show you his numbers from day one of his second year until the game he got hurt, that's an ascending good quarterback. Now, is it
good?
Yes, good.
Okay,
but good is what gets paid. Like, he's going to get paid.
But see, here's the thing. And I agree, like, he's a good quarterback.
Okay.
But he was supposed to be a great quarterback. And maybe he will be, but he hasn't yet. He hasn't had a season where it's just like, oh, that's an awesome season.
I agree with that.
Justin Herbert has done that. C.J. Stroud has done that. Dak Prescott has done that. So I'm with you in that. Look, I know if you've got a guy that you feel like this is the man, the longer you wait, the more you're going to have to pay him. So, but I would not want to make him the highest paid player in the league. But that's how it typically has gone. Jimmy Garoppolo, Matthew Stafford were the highest paid players in the league at one point. So I think there's a Dak situation. I think there might be a sea change where teams will start saying, we're going to pay you as a quarterback. You're going to be higher than any other position, but we're going to start looking at it as your production, not just, next man up becomes the highest paid guy in the league. But so if they can get him for 51, then go ahead and get him. But if he's insistent on being the highest paid, no, I will wait to what you do this season, and I will gladly pay you more if you come out here and have a great year this season.
So that's fair, but you said God, no. I just want to make sure everyone understands what we're talking about. Highest paid means $56 million a year. Brew is talking about $52 million a year. And so, the reason that I wanted to say it is because if anyone that has a massive allergy to 56 shouldn't love 52.
Well, I didn't want to, we're kind of running out of segment time.
You wouldn't pay him.
You could go later.
I want to see a little bit more. Look, he has the backstory that you like to go through of a franchise quarterback. He's got flowing hair. He's a Gatorade Player of the Year, and he kind of carries himself. He's a number one pick, like the number one quarterback. But when you look at his numbers, and people send them to me all the time because they think I'm the repository for it. It's like, hey, look at Gardner Minshew versus Trevor. Look at Mac Jones versus Trevor. Look at this versus Trevor. And I don't really engage it, but we would like to see him just have a year like
Right. No,
CJ.
so listen, I think it's accurate to say he hasn't had a great start to finish year yet. I still believe in the traits, and I believe he actually has not been done any favors by his team, and I think he's going to be great. I don't think he's great yet. But the question I was trying to get you on is this, and I'm not trying to get you on it, but find out. Would you not pay, I would not pay Tua.
I would wait.
I would not pay Tua. You would not pay Trevor.
No, I would
right
wait.
now. Okay, yeah.
I'd wait.
By the way, it's a legitimate opinion.
He's only played 3 years. It's not like you got to pay him now.
I'm like, let's see. Look,
it'll be a little more, but still, let's see what he does.
Exactly.
I'm with that.
Let's just
I'm
hang
not
out.
mad at that.
That's good. You're both wrong. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.